Last of Us. Neil Druckmann directed my favorite episode of season 2, the flashback episode.
Oh, that's great.
Joel and Ellie, through the years. And Last of Us 2 is my favorite video game of all time.
You must be on crack.
Neil Druckmann, as we all know, will not be returning for season 3 of The Last of Us on HBO Max. And in a recent interview conducted by Variety, he attempts to explain this decision as best he can. Our goals for the show. I had multiple goals. Some of them were selfish, not a surprise coming from Neil Druckmann. I wanted to elevate The Last of Us beyond the people who have played the game.
And you all failed. Miserably.
It was such a crazy goal, but I wanted someone to watch this show and have no idea that it was based on a video game and then be like, wait, that's based on a video game? But instead, what actually happened, as we all know, was people said, wait, they made that same stupid creative decision in the video game?
Good job.
And the rest, of course, is all history, a failure of a show that we all saw coming ahead of time. But of course, there are those who live in complete denial and cope and continue to praise and defend Neil Druckmann.
But that game was incredibly polarizing, incredibly divisive. And Neil Druckmann had to put up with so much shit for so many years.
You see how this guy's trying to make Neil Druckmann, the multi-millionaire, out to be the victim?
And then 2 comes out. And then they do some deviations from the game. There's a lot of add-ons and stuff. And the viewership's dipping. The reception's dipping. Everything about it's dipping. And the hate has risen again. I totally get why a guy would be like, fuck this. Why would I want to be around for this?
Yeah, I can see that. I personally don't believe that's what happened, but I can see that being the case, and especially due to the fact that he knows that Season 3 is not going to be getting any better.
I think that when we watch Season 3, whenever Season 3 finally comes out, if there is some massive drop in quality or all of a sudden the show is just terrible, we'll either say, A, Neil Druckmann shouldn't have left, that he clearly was the magic special sauce there, or B, oh, maybe he did leave because he didn't like the direction that things were going.
No, I think it would be more accurate to say that he agreed to leave because he knows the direction that it's going, and he knows how the fans are going to respond. Now, me personally, I think he left because he was asked to leave and told that if he didn't, they were going to fire him, and they were giving him a chance to walk out with his head still high and him being able to retain some dignity. Either quit or we'll fire you. It's a very common tactic used very often. And the fact that he left so quickly after the Season 2 finale, in my opinion, reinforces that theory. But these shills, because they're just as woke as he is, want to push the narrative that Druckmann left on his own accord.
At the end of the day, Neil Druckmann is a video game guy. I mean, and I think he's being pretty forward in that I did what I set out to do. As a video game guy, as one of the heads of Naughty Dog, like I have other things that I do want to do. I'm not done with video games just because I helped showrun a very successful adaptation of one of our games doesn't mean I'm done with video games.
This is a very common tactic that these shills use all the time. Whenever a certain amount of time has passed, they attempt to rewrite history. The Last of Us Season 2 was a failure. But now, according to these shills, it was just a season of a show that received a little bit of pushback from the fans.
I know there had been some theorizing that based off of a bit of the pushback that Season 2 got, that like, oh, is this sort of him running for the hills? I don't think it was. I think he set out what he wanted to do, and he wants to go back to games. And
if Season 2 were as big of a success as you claim it is, Neil Druckmann would still be there. If HBO Max had confidence that Season 3 would be a success, Neil Druckmann would still be there. And he's not.
So I don't think we've seen the last of Neil Druckmann in television, but I do think that he is being honest when he wanted to go back and finish this game.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing.
And of course, as always with these shills, when defending, praising, and coping fails, which it usually does, Blame the fans, right?
To not be excited about something is hard. And so I'd imagine going into something not knowing if you can navigate your baby being ridiculed, that'd be hard.
I think there's a push of, I just don't want to deal with this shit. I got to move on with my life. I know when you're in that position, the angry people will definitely sour your experience. And after writing and directing this epic, a very personal epic of grief.
I think the internet takes a lot of joy away from creation. And so if you know it was already vitriolic once, I don't know why you'd want to come back. Like, I don't know what the perk would be.
Wouldn't the perk be shutting up the internet, shutting up all the people who criticize your show? Oh, wait, in order to do that, season 3 would actually have to be good, and I don't think with Abby coming along, that's going to be even close to possible.
You see a lot of The Last of Us 2 backlash and people arguing about Bella Ramsey and we don't like her and she's not good or she's not, like, we get into all these things. Yeah. And so we have this perspective of, oh, it's all drama and everyone's upset. But like, it seems like HBO is fine with Last of Us.
Yes, obviously they're fine with a 55% drop from the season 1 finale to the season 2 finale.
There's no kind of, oh, this show really fell. That sometimes it seems like you look at some people on social media seem to say that it did.
Just like I said earlier, when a certain amount of time goes by, just rewrite history and hope nobody remembers or notices. Anyway, that's all I got for today, everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out some of the other Last of Us content already up and live on the channel. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.